everyone, welcome back. It's Tavis Leaf Glover, and today we've got another Canon Design quick tips for you. This one is Joel Meyerowitz, his street photography, and don't be scared if you're a cinematographer or painter, because the techniques I'm going to cover will apply to those as well. Mostly any visual art, these design techniques can be applied to.
And so how do you make your work different from anybody else's?
In this first one, we've got separated shapes. So separated shapes, when everybody is separated, usually there's nice figure ground relationship. Right here we've got dark hair on a dark background, so that's not nice figure ground relationship, but then the rest of her body is standing out amongst the dark background, so that's pretty good. Same with this guy. Mostly he's standing out against the background, except for where the dark coat meets the dark background. And then this right here, he's got a dark sweater on with the dark background and a little overlapping there with the person behind him. And then we've got these two characters who are on the edge, creating a little bit of distraction. But what Joel Meyerowitz does is he says in one of his documentaries, he likes to just show up at the scene, take a picture real quick before anybody notices, and then gets out of there real quick. So gets that candid moment.
One of the things about working on the street is that you have to be invisible. If you want to get up close to people and photograph them, you got to find a kind of body language that doesn't threaten them in any way.
So basically we've got separated shapes here, pretty good shot. This one, somewhat similar concept going on with this lady here and then this lady here separated from the background, and then we've got nice figure ground relationship. Also, we see an aspect of view in this lady. See here, the stride in her walking allows us to identify her pretty well. We've also got this little dog here. But one thing to notice, say this was your photo and you're digging through all your photos that you took that day, and you notice something about this and you don't know what it is, but you like it. That's usually how these design techniques pop up, is they're hidden, but if you know how to identify them, you can tell why you like it, and then you can be more consistent in capturing it. But this one is, let me draw this, is these repeating diagonals in the legs, and that's a gamut. We also got it in the back here. So that's repeating diagonals there. It's a nice little rhythm. So that's basically what hits you on a subconscious level, these repeating diagonals. And then we've got the aspect of view and separating shapes with nice figure ground relationship. So cool shot there. All right, let's see this one. There's another one. We've got the aspect of view with the guy's legs in the wide stance. Easy to identify there. And then it's kind of a quirky shot because he's carrying this big poodle, and it's almost like the poodle straddling him right here. So we've got nice figure ground relationship, mostly until we get up here in this light poodle head with the light background. Pretty much easy to identify what's going on there. And then he's capturing some context of the old cars here, and then the store right here. Cool shot. Okay, let's get into his colors. Usually with color photography, I think he switched permanently to color photography in about 1972. He shot black and whites as we saw, but he also switched permanently to color, thankfully, because back then a lot of photographers, a lot of street photographers were shooting black and white only because it was considered to be fine art. So thankfully Joel went the other route and just stuck with color, because he's got some really cool color shots. And it'd be awesome to see Henry Cartier-Bresson photos in color, but he stuck with black and white. But he's got some really killer black and white photos. This color photo by Joel can inspire cinematographers and painters as well, because we want to capture 4 colors in a hierarchy. So we've got red, green, yellow, and blue, and there's a hierarchy here. So we've got a lot of red, then the next color we've got is blue, then we've got the green of her dress, the green in the background here, and then we've got the yellow color right here. Another thing is, if we split this down the middle, she's placed to the left of the center, and Joel is using her as a fulcrum, so like a teeter-totter. She's the middle, and then she's balancing the weight of this graphic symbol there, and then the building in the background. So that's a cool shot, nice color.
I'm just looking all the time, just watching it and thinking it's all delicious. The street is delicious. It's something to suck on, you know? It bleeds its meaning to you very slowly.
This one got also the hierarchy of color and nice figure ground relationship on the boiling there, as well as the cross. You can see the blue, yellow, lots of green, and then a splash of red here. So check your photos if you're shooting color, or your paintings, see if you have the 4 colors, and then any hue variations, like instead of red, maybe pinks, magentas, things like that. Those can count as the red color. And then see if there's a hierarchy too. Try and determine that. Here's another one, color, but the colors are more grayed out and muted, but he's also got the hierarchy there. He's got the blue first, Then we've got, looks like yellowish colors, then the green, and then the red. Also, he loves negative space, and we'll see a lot of those, but notice how much negative space he's got up here. All this. But we'll see in a lot of his images, that's one of the techniques he loves to use, is the negative space. It depends on how you capture it, but negative space can be used to tell a story of isolation, loneliness, or show the grand scale of things. In this case, he's got a lot of negative space here. Not much going on here except for a little bit of a pattern on the wall. But this is a cool shot because we've got repeating frames here. The door, we've got this hallway, we've got the ending of the hallway, and then if you divide this up too, we've got shapes there. We've got these repeating shapes at the top here. So altogether, pretty cool image, lots of repetition, and it's almost like a portal, kind of like got a surreal feeling, like a portal into another world with that ocean and clouds there. It's pretty cool. This one we've got the repeating shapes of the TVs, the rectangular shapes up to the picture frame, and then also these shapes here, and this one over here. And lots of negative space up there. So that's the story he's telling there. We've also got some circles hidden, squares and circles. Okay, so repeating shapes there. Here's some more negative space. So he's telling the story of the ocean rather than these people down here. It's kind of showing the grand scale of things, how small we are. Another negative space shot. Lots of space up here. All these small items. So when you have a lot of negative space and there's not much going on in the scene, he's got this centered, and what he's doing is he's creating a coincidence here with the people below. He's got this sailboat, it's hitting, probably someone's laying here, and then it's coming down and hitting these people with the other boat. So he's creating that coincidence, not much going on, but he's able to use his knowledge of design techniques to create something more interesting. Also, we have these 3 points and with the boat running in that direction, it's pointing right towards this, with the sail pointing down this way too. So we've got almost like a triangular enclosure here.
My interest all along has not been in identifying a singular thing, but in photographing the relationship between things.
We've got another coincidence here. Can you see it? We got this guy coinciding with the Goodyear blimp. But another cool thing is he's balancing this image very well. So if you draw the vertical center line, and if we look at the left side and the right side, we want to see proper balance, okay? So this contrast here is adding visual weight on that side, and then we've got these 3 objects here. But another thing that we need to consider is gazing direction. So this guy's looking to the left, so that adds more weight to this side, and then this is going towards the left too. Its gazing direction is to the left, so it's adding visual weight there. So we've got nice figure ground relationship on him, it's creating a coincidence, and we've got nice balance. All pretty cool things. There's another classic coincidence where a lot of street photographers will line up maybe like a balloon or something else to the face. So Henry Cartier-Bresson has a shot similar to this where he's using a coincidence with a guy reading a newspaper. And Joel Meyerowitz, when he first started, he was really inspired by Robert Frank and Henry Cartier-Bresson. So it seems only natural that he would pick up on some of these techniques by analyzing some of their photos.
One of the differences, a subtle difference between that Bresson sensibility and Robert Frank is that Bresson was also calculating after a while. He was very agile and highly sensitive and aware. Robert Frank was riskier, more wide open, and he had more unexpected results.
Another technique he uses is aerial perspective. So that's when you see lens flares, smoke, rain, anything like that will reduce the contrast. So right here we can see the building is reduced in contrast, not only by the smoke, but also this lens flare here. And then we've got this reducive contrast here with the smoke down the bottom. And we've got this bulldozer directing us to these people down here. So a very cool balanced shot. Also, if you look, we have these repeating shapes here of the bulldozers. So that's that one. It's another cool shot. Also with the repeating shapes of the railing, got those rectangular shapes, that side and this side. Also have all these repeating lines here. And then he's got this triangular shape right here of the door. But what he's doing is he's creating nice figure ground relationship with that boat in the distance. Nice way to create a frame within a frame. He's got aerial perspective in the background, and he's creating a story with this door open. It's inviting us to go out and explore this boat and what's beyond. It's another great shot. This one, another one from Ground Zero, where he's got the lights shining and illuminating the smoke, creating that aerial perspective. Very cool shot. Nice depth in there. Okay, and then we've got this last one, more aerial perspective, but he's also capturing repeating shapes here. Everybody's wearing the same colored coats, and then he's got these shapes repeating on the backs of their back. Very cool shot. And that's it for Joel Meyerowitz. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please leave a comment below and let me know who else you want me to analyze. I've got a whole list of what you guys have been commenting so far, and I'm going to do my best to get to them as soon as I can. So hope that helps. I really appreciate the support, but I'll talk to you guys later.